All right, no time to explain, gang. Welcome back. KingXeph here, back with another video for you guys. Happy Saturday. I'm a day late and $1 short. I've been really busy this week and work has been killing me, and I tried to stay up last night to watch the eclipse, and that didn't happen, along with a bunch of other things. But without further ado, as promised, as I meant to promise the video for yesterday, our lovely grades from Beckett came back, and of course I'm kind of shocked because I forgot how small this Beckett box. Well, actually, realistically speaking, it came in a bigger box, and then inside the bigger box was this little box, which has our grades in it. So this is the Beckett submission. It's supposed to have 8 cards in it. I'm kind of skeptical about that because I know the slabs are quite thicker than PSA, or my brain is thinking that the slabs are bigger than what they actually are in hindsight, and 8 slabs perfectly fit in here because this thing is actually filled to the rim, unlike last time where it was like halfway filled because we only had like 4 or 5 slabs. So we're going to crack that open and we're going to look at the grades and we're going to compare them. We're going to do a full comparison on the final video. There's going to be one more video in this PSA versus Beckett scheme. Will basically be, I will be going over the full pros and cons to both grading companies, what I like and what I dislike, my experience with both of them, and then what I personally think, which I don't know if my opinion is really going to be slew because I already kind of have a biases towards one of the companies. If you watch a couple some of my earlier videos and seen my previous original grading submission. But I want this to be as informative to you guys as humanly possible, because I know for, the minority of you that actually potentially want to get into grading or want to know more about grading, it's nice to get perspectives from other people, especially in this. And the advantage I got to do with this was that I was actually able to literally put PSA against Beckett. Not PSA in its best form, which is purely through PSA. I did it through GameStop, but it's the exact same schemas. And honestly, as of right now, spoiler alert for that, it's actually cheaper to get your cards graded going through GameStop than it is to go through PSA, and I'll explain that in the future video, which will probably be tomorrow or Monday. But in the meantime, before I crack these things open, and also because I make sure that this video isn't super short, I do have some more loose Yu-Gi-Oh packs that I'll be cracking open and seeing what we pull out of those, see if we get anything else that's good or anything that's worth me looking at or potentially grading on that side. So, but if you're new to the channel and haven't seen our other videos before, or you're a straggler that's come back after watching a couple other videos and just haven't hit that subscribe button yet, what are you guys waiting for? Just do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel more than you ever know. It allows us to get our goals to 1,000 subscribers, where we can do a lot more giveaways, have a lot more fun, and do a lot more things for you guys, because I love to give back to you guys, the community that helps support this channel, give us some views, help us kind of mildly break through the YouTube algorithm. So if you could do us that favor and you want to see more content around CCGs, because we're going to be having a lot more discussions and a couple other things coming down the pipeline that I've kind of loaded, and some things I want to get off my chest, as well as more openings in Yu-Gi-Oh and more in Lorcana space, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so when videos drop, you can watch that and be alert when those things happen. As well as keep in mind, we are still running the giveaway for the playset of Blue Eyes White Dragon decks. We are going to have 3 winners for that particular. That little thumbnail is going to pop up roughly around this area of the video, so watch that video, follow those instructions, which is basically like, comment, and subscribe, and be a subscriber for a chance to win a playset of the brand new Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck, along with a couple other smaller goodies in between, because I did take the promos away, but some of you will get promos and some of you will not. So without further ado, without further rambling, without making this any longer than it needs to be, because this is probably going to take about 20 minutes, let's get this thing going. So let's start with the Lucy packs right now. And honestly, how many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then one of these. So let's just go ahead and just break these off into 1x1s. And this can go with the this one lone crossover breakers pack can go with that one. And then bam. So 1 and there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll open 4, 1, and that. So yeah, let's do it this way. I feel like I did this incorrectly, but whatever. We're just gonna open them up in the best order that I possibly can, and then see what we get out of here. So, of course, Legendary Duelist of the Deep, just a bunch of loose blisters that I purchased. I actually got, in an earlier video, I did open a booster box where I put the Legendary Duelist set to the test. So I do have another booster box of this I can open. See if we can get another 7th Ascension. Sea Stealth, Crystal Shark, which is the original Crystal Shark, nice. And then followed by a Legendary Fisherman on that side. But yeah, the 7th Ascension is the money card in this set right now, outside of the Ghost Rare. I think Forbidden Droplet is worth still a little bit of money, but it's been reprinted to the dirt, and so it's really not like really worth a whole lot. But you know, a 7th Ascension will basically be a good hit for this. That card is about 40 bucks. It hasn't been reprinted yet, and with 7th Tachyon being available as of now since they came out in Maze, essentially those two cards go hand in hand. So definitely a card you want to look at getting if you plan on using the 7th Tachyon engine. More some of the 7th cards, which is kind of weird to me. There's a bunch of 7th like Tachyon-ish cards that they made, but they're like useless. They weren't really good, but now they're seeing a little bit more viability, or maybe it was just in a different meta cycle that I just didn't know about, and I might be mistaken. But I feel like I heard about the cards, but I never heard of any of them being like good. Like, it's one of those things that's like, oh, do you really want to play? Because it's like, hey, the 7th Tachyon cards are here. Which, you know what? They did focus a lot on the rank up magic cards, which are still a dangerous thing in like in XC summoning. So maybe that was pretty much their purpose back then. Not so much being a solid hitter contender, but anyway. Battle of Legends, Monsters Revenge, of course, the Magia set. It will be why I will literally lose my shit if there's a Magia in here, which I highly doubt there will be. Shining Star Dragon, a bunch of these that we currently have. Hero of that, and then genetic this. Let's go ahead and crack open a Legacy of Destruction pack. I was looking for Metatronus because this is the one pack. Well, this is one pack I honestly neglected because I don't even think I even did a Blister versus Booster for this set, to be wholeheartedly honest. But I neglected this set quite a bit, and then I was just like, well, I need some Metatronuses because Metatronuses is in this set, and I already had 3, so that actually worked out to my advantage. Dandy White Lion is our super, followed by Ancient Tanker. Blink Out, which is actually a decent quick play spell, and then Melodious stuff. Let's go ahead and crack open the rest of these. Actually, let's open up a Rage of the Abyss. Let's go ahead and just open up a Rage of the Abyss before I get to that one. See if we can pull another Feralos. I don't see that happening, and I really don't, but Feralos is going to be reprinted in Stampede, so if you don't have it, cool. If you do, whatever. Primite Howl, Max Metamorph, Mimighoul, Anarchist, and Rescue Hedgehog is that one. And then Union Pilot, so something for the Union support. But yeah, most of these packs are stuff I left over because the Legacy of the Destruction pack and even the Rage of the Abyss were the packs I got from the last YCS I competed in and the last regional I competed in. I just never opened the packs. So, and I was just like cleaning out stuff and cleaning out through my bag. And I was just like, oh, I have these loose packs that I forgot about. So I was just like, you know what? I could just open them off camera, or I can open them on camera for you guys. See if we pull anything interesting, because if we did pull anything interesting, that would be nice, and that would be kind of hilarious that I've been sitting on these for like months. It was like, hey, I've been sitting on a gold mine for months and just found out at the absolute last minute, which would have been like really stupid hilarious, but whatever, guys. It is what it is. Whatever random things I have to open up, there's more content for you guys. And I also want to do more OCG openings. The problem is OCG stuff, and especially now since tariffs are a thing now, Baron's Chaos Draw, not bad. Because I did get a notification from Hobbyville, which is one of my affiliates, links in the bio, which I do recommend buying a lot of TCG stuff from them. They do give you cheaper prices than a lot of local stores, and then with the free shipping at $175 is nice. But because they're in Canada, we now have a 25% tariff on them. So of course, a lot of their pre-order stuff that they didn't already have in inventory is about to go up in price, and I'm not very happy about that. And that's just gonna make things even more difficult ordering stuff for the OCG Nash Knight. We pull a lot of holos out of here, and that set doesn't even really realistically have holographic cards in it. But yeah, OCG stuff, since all of it is imported, I don't know if we have any tariffs really on Japan for real, but at this point, you know, the United States has a lot of random tariff stuff going on, and I'm just like, I'm over it. And so now things are going to get more expensive for my half and of Anubis. And it's going to be a little bit like, you know, one of my main go-to places, a place that I love to shop with and give my money to, and it helps support the channel, is about to get more expensive. So I'm not a very happy camper about that at all. Hopefully that changes relatively soon, because there's been a lot of topsy-turvy stuff going on here in the US, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, but at this point, there's really not much I can do about it. I just have to deal with it. So yeah. that's how the whole thing going. And it doesn't help too, because I don't know, my local store, when I bought the box for Maze and Millennium, Haggle Lizard, which is a decent card you need, you know, their prices went up too, because the booster box is usually 80 bucks and the box for Maze cost 100. So I don't know if that's a permanent increase, because they did say prices did go up. And like, you know, it's my local game store. I love them. I love them to death. And I will continue to support them because they are very fair. They do put limits on stuff to make sure people can't just buy out high demand stuff. And they really do help out the community a lot. And they do a lot of events in the community, which is really cool. But, you know, they went up. So I don't know if it's going to be like every set went up, or if it's just that one, or if it was just a different distributor, or however that whole thing worked out. But they did get the packs on time, so I'm assuming it's a standard Konami distributor, so I'm assuming prices went up across the board. And yeah, it's just, it is what it is. Like I said, don't want to get super political about it. I really, really don't, but not a fan, not happy about it. Malice P. Dormouse. So yeah, these packs really didn't have anything crazy in them. Last pack of Battle of Legends. I think I did pull one QCR. Yeah, I pulled Snatch Steal out of here when we did the original opening. When I was hoping to pull Magia before I found out that it was only a QCR. The only QCR I pulled out of it was Snatch Steal. So, Gen X Controller, and then Ramosari. I can't even say that. Jasmine. I was gonna say Jasmine. My dyslexia went into full-fledged effect on that one. It's just like a rumble, like these stupid complicated names. Alrighty, moment of truth. The Beckett grades. All right, let's crack this thing open and make sure that we can see this. Make sure we don't spoil the grades. I didn't, once again, just like PSA, I did not look at the grades early, even though they allow you to look at the report. I did not look at that. I want this to be a surprise on the channel. Perfect. So sweet. They did leave it upside down for me to be able to see it. This one spoiler I will say though, is because I know it's Beckett. If it's not a gold label, it's under a 9. Or I think a flat 9 is I think a flat 9 is a silver, but anything not higher than a 9 is gold. So here they are. Yeah, they kind of just wrap this thing super, super tight, and then receipt, which I will toss on the side because I don't need it. Alrighty. So Lorcana cards. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up as best as I can. You know what? I'm just gonna use one of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards up here to cover it up. So we're gonna flip this bad boy over. So this is one of the Buckies. I'm gonna just try to slide these over here. This is one of the Buckies. So this is a silver label. So Bucky got a 9 on the centering, a 10 on the edges, a 9 on the corners, and a 10 on the surface. So we got a 9. So pretty much matched the PSA grade. So this got a 9. Unfortunately, it's a silver label. So that means it's, you know, gold labels are 9.5s and 10s, but it is still a mint card. So this actually graded the exact same as the PSA grade did. But of course, the slab is a little bit bigger and much chunkier and thicker. So honoring the squirrel, so far we got a matching grade out of the Buckies on that one. This is a gold label, and this looks like an OCG card. So it's one of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is the Blue Eyes. We got a PSA 10 on this one, so we'll see how this one fared. Because my very first PSA submission got a PSA 10. Well, let's see how this one fared. This is a gold label, so this at least got a 9. So we got a centering, 10, edges on 10, corners on 9, surface on 10. So this got a 9.5. The corners hurt this. So if this would have got a corners of a 9.5, this would have got a 10. But it's a gold label, so there we go. And realistically speaking, a 9.5 gem mint in Beckett is equivalent to a PSA 10. So essentially this got the exact same grade to a degree. But so then we have another OCD card. Let's see what this one is. Because this one I did submit more cards. So this one has a different, they put this one in here upside down. I'm gonna have to let them know. But this is the Dark Magician Girl. We got a 9 in PSA on this one. So let's see how this one fared. So here we go. We got centering 9.5, edges 10, corners 9, and a surface 10. So this is a 9.5. So the centering, the slight centering, well, really the corners hurt it. If the corners would have got maybe a 9.5 or a 10, well, actually, no, it had to get a 10. So this got a 9.5 for the Dark Magician Girl. So this technically ranked higher than the Beckett one. So good news on that one. This guy, before we go there, where are the other two? Okay, so these are the last two Lorcana cards. So for the initial 4, and I'm assuming this has to be the last one because this is another silver label. So I'm assuming Bucky got another 9. So I'm just gonna flip this one over. Yep, this is Bucky. Wow, this one's worse. Well, but let me look at this one. This one was worse. Oh yeah, because this one had, so centering on this got a 9, centering on this got an 8.5, edges on this got a 9.5, corners got a 9.5, and the surface got a 9. So this got a 9 average. So the thinner the bezel at the top helps the edges. So that actually gives me some reference because I'm like, Lorcana cards are kind of hard for me to kind of distinguish and look at because of, and I knew one of these was probably going to grade lower than the other. They got the same grade, but score wise, this one was significantly worse, and you can definitely see why. Because if you look at even if you just look at above the photo, the borders on this guy are much thicker than this one. This one has a much cleaner looking border. What makes this hard for Lorcana is because of how thick the bottom border has to be. Like, I don't know what the actual mark of a perfect card between the top and the bottom border, because the bottom border is supposed to be thick. The top border, I don't know if it's supposed to be thick or thin. So this one, if you look at them two side by side, you can clearly see that this has a much more narrow bezel. So with this one getting a higher score, essentially getting 10s, 9s and 10s, and this one pretty much only getting 9.5s, 8.5s, and 9s. This is closer to what a Lorcana card should look like. So this will be good for my future reference to see how well that graded out of that one. But essentially, Bucky, all of them got 9s, which is what I was kind of expecting on that side. So the only difference is of course, PSA, we got a Gem Mint 10, but this is a 9.5 and Beckett is equivalent to a 10. Because the only thing that didn't give this a 10 is the corners, which got a 9. If we got a 9.5 in corners, it would have got a 10. And then this one was same type of deal. The centering got a 9.5 on this one, as allude to that one. So that goes for the 4 initial submissions that we did, comparing it to PSA. Now, let's look at these other 3 cards, because I did submit 3 more cards. This should be the Dragonfire. This is a gold label. So this is the Dragonfire for the Lorcana challenges. So when you participate in the challenge, you got this Dragonfire once you got past, I think, round 3. So how did this one do? I kind of was waiting to grade this one to a degree because I didn't know what I was going to do with it exactly. This one centering got a 9. And with this being a full art card, centering for this, I have no idea how they grade that one. Edges got a 10. And then corners got a 9.5, surface got a 10, so this got a 9.5. This card, I wonder, I bet if I ship this card, centering might be able to tell if I look at between like the borders of the tech boxes from side to side. I bet that if I were to resubmit this probably with PSA, this might get a 10. I'm pretty sure this might get a 10 on that side if I resubmitted this with PSA. So, but getting a Gem Point 9.5 on this one, pretty good. All right, what's up with this Yu-Gi-Oh card? Because they put this one upside down. So I'm gonna have to have some words with them on that one. So this is probably gonna get shipped back. But this is an OCG card. I don't remember which one. I know I sent another Blue Eyes White Dragon. Did I send another one? Well, let's see what card this is first. Oh, this is Astra Kariba. So it's kind of funny that they put this one upside down. Gold label, so we got 9.5 on the centering, 9.5 on the edges. This one got a 9.5 straight across the board. So yeah, but I don't know how this one failed QA and got put upside down, but this one got put upside down. Don't know how that happened. So, you know, I'll reach out to customer service and see what they're gonna do about this one. If I have to ship this back out to them and have them fix it, I guess. But it's nice seeing that it got a 9.5. All right, and then, so this has to be the Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is a silver label, so I'm assuming this got a 9. Yep. This is my favorite art Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Takahashi Blue Eyes. 8.5 in the centering. Damn, centering was that bad? 8.5. Corners was 9.5, edges was 9.5, and the surface was a 10. So really centering hurt this, because if centering would have got a 9, this would have got a 9.5. Once again, I feel like this got a 9. Not a bad, but I feel like this might be 10 worthy. Well, you know, no, wait, I take that back. Centering is rough. Looking at it from the left to right, the bezels on the right side are a little thinner than the left. So centering definitely would have probably, yeah. So yeah, a 9 I think is actually probably likes it. Looking at it from this part down, because it's definitely like off center on the right side, mostly to like the bottom half of this. Like from the top up, it looks like it's even on both sides, but from the bottom down, you see that the borders get much more narrow as the card goes down. So definitely the centering hurt this card. So very understandable for this. And then for the coup de grace, this is the Adidas Dark Magician. Now, the only reason I shipped this out for grading is because, and of course, one, it's the Adidas, more like the DDS Prismatic Dark Magician card. The reason I sent this out for grading in the first place is because one of my collectors that I follow, Strictly Sealed, brought up the fact that this card is really difficult to get in a 10 because of how it's packaged and all that other stuff that goes with it. So with the packaging of this and then how it's distributed with it being in the shoes, a lot of them have some weird things with, you know, like edges or the indentations of it being in improper packaging. So mine looked really, really mint. This looks really good in my personal, from just looking at my eyes point, surface and everything, it seemed fine. It seemed like it was properly centered. So I figured I'd give it a shot. If the grade was too low, I just crack it out the case, put it back in the binder. And if it didn't, then I just have to get another card to put in the binder in its place. So let's see what this one got, because this is a gold label, so it at least got a 9.5, but let's see. So survey says the Adidas centering, 9.5, edges, 9.5, corners, 9, surface 10, so it got a 9.5. Bummer. And it's so, that's the weird part about this. Seeing it get a 9.5, like what was the 0.5 difference to make it a 10? Like the corners getting a 9, I don't see how the corners got, because the corners look pretty flawless to me. I feel like I might have to look at this under a microscope. Corners look normal. And this card is, for the most part, pretty packed fresh, because I pretty much took it out. Okay, you know what? You know, there's a little bit of, it's really minor, and I have to look at it under a light. Under this top corner, I see a little bit of whitening, and maybe a little bit down here. It's very, very minimal. But the way I treated this card was, because I heard about the way this card was mishandled, when I got mine, I essentially took it right out of the thing and threw it right into a sleeve. So nonetheless, a 9.5. So everything that we got, and I'm gonna put this dark ruler no more back up here as I drop it over here. Everything that we got from Beckett was an average of a 9, so no 10s. I do have a Beckett 10 Blue Eyes, but essentially all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, for the exception of this one, got a 9.5. So the Dark Magician got 9.5. I'm gonna be reaching out to about this Astro Karibo, and then of course the Dark Magician Girl, and then the Blue Eyes got a 9.5. So our average grade across the board, I would say, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 5 of the 8 cards got 9.5s, with the remaining 3 getting 9. So on average, the grading on this was about a 9.5. Excuse me, that was gross. So, but overall, this is gonna, you know what, part of me kind of wants to keep it this way. But no, I need to bring this up to them, and I'm like, hey guys, you put one of the cards in here upside down in a slab. I really don't. Maybe they were just in a rush to ship this back out, that they just neglected to really check this card out, but I don't understand how this card got through the machine being put upside down. So this is kind of funny. I feel like this card might be more valuable upside down than it will be right side up, but I'll see how that goes. We'll see. You know what? I might postpone the verdict video because I need to reach out to customer service in regards to how they're going to handle this one in particular. But overall, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Like I said, maybe 1 or 2 of these, I'm pretty positive that if I resubmitted them, they might come back as a higher grade if I sent them to PSA. But these two pretty much were neck and neck. this one was definitely the better of the two. And like I said, that was the thing that I wanted to definitely showcase, is that, like, you know, I grabbed 4 Buckies that were pretty much identical to each other. So to see, and I didn't anticipate any of them getting a 10. I, for the most part, was hoping that they would at least get a 9. But I was anticipating maybe this guy being like an 8, and then this one being a 9 or an 8 minimum. That's what I was kind of hoping for. But seeing all 4 of them got 9s, actually was above my expectation, because like I said, I was expecting at least 1 or 2 of them to get below 9s. I would have been shocked if one got a 10. This one, I was hoping probably got a 9.5 or a 10. But like I said, after really looking at this one much more closely, I probably grabbed the wrong Blue X. I think I have 2 or 3 of these. I thought I might have grabbed the one that looked the cleanest. This one clearly was not, so I have to look at the other ones or whatever like that. But I'm more or less just collecting it because the Takahashi art cards in both OCG and TCG. I do have this in English, and this card is very, very expensive for the English version, but of course it's not in the greatest condition. It's like, if I were to send that out to grading, it probably would get a 7. And that's just for me re-looking at it, because this is like, surface and everything is fine, but like the corners are a little rough because I didn't keep it in a sleeve. I used it in my deck, but I did keep really, for a child playing a card game not sleeved, I did a really good job of keeping a lot of my old cards in pretty decent condition. So like, there's some of them are really rough, and those are mostly like the commons, but a lot of my foils and stuff that I probably would like had a lot more difficulty getting, like some of my more rare cards, actually held up quite well. So I would love to try to ship that one out to see it, but I really don't, because I feel like it's more or less wasting money than anything else. If I can get my hands on a brand new pack, I would probably do that, but those packs are like 900 bucks, which is kind of absurd. The OCG ones are like $30 or $40, but the TCG one is like 90 bucks. So I don't even want to like invest that kind of money. If I'm gonna spend $900, I might as well get a Magia. That's just how I see it, but it is what it is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. That was our Beckett unboxing. I'm going to compile a couple things together, and we'll definitely check on this guy. I'm like, I went through enough getting customer service just to get my order paid for. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm probably gonna go through just as bad or worse getting this bad boy fixed. We will see. I don't know. I'll let you guys know when I find out more information. So I'm gonna try to reach out to the support. Hopefully somebody from the support team reaches back out to me in a reasonable amount of time. If they do, great. If they don't, you'll hear from me on that side, and it'll be a part of my verdict thing. But in the meantime, if you did enjoy this video and you did like the content, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and give a subscribe. Tell me which one of these cards out of here that were graded from between both sets that you really enjoyed and really liked or thought was probably worth grading. And tell me what you would have thought in terms of what you were hoping to see back in the grading submission for some of these cards. I would like to know your opinions before I go into the final verdicts. And then of course, if you guys have questions about grading, feel free to shoot me a question or wait for that last video for me to post so I can give you my full in-depth review. But if you have questions or concerns and things that you kind of want to know, or something that I just didn't bring up in the video that kind of just popped at the top of your head, feel free to ask, leave it in the comments. I do go through and read all the comments and reply to as much of them as possible I can. A lot of you guys see the likes. Some of you actually get full-fledged replies depending on like if it's a question or a bunch of other things. So feel free to ask anything in the comments. If it's respectful and fine, I will do my best to answer it. Of course, if it's disrespectful, I'll probably just ignore it. But regardless, I don't mind you guys roasting. I don't mind you guys making fun or having some fun in the comment section. Just keep it very respectful. The second it gets not respectful is when we have a problem. But in the meantime, it's KingXeph. No time to explain. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.